Hi guys, welcome to another movie crew review. Today we are talking The Bride, starring Jessie Buckley and Christian Bale. We follow Frankenstein as he travels to 1930 Chicago in the hopes that Dr. Euphorious can create him a bride. But when they resurrect Ida from the grave, it turns out that this bride is not all that she seems. So getting into this film, I did not enjoy it. Look, to start off with, I thought this was going to be more like a poor things into Frankenstein kind of film. So I knew it was going to be a little bit artsy, but I didn't realize it was going to be as artsy as it was. But my main issue with this film wasn't so much the artsy style of it. It was that it seems to have a lot of storylines that are going off in different directions, and so it really lacks focus. That was one thing that I just really it made me struggle to keep up with this film because there's probably two or three actual main storylines going on. That and the prolonged runtime. There are bits of this film that are a bit slow, but I mean, it's not the worst film I've ever seen, that I can definitely say, but at the same time, it just didn't keep me engaged throughout the film. I kept turning off, especially when we kept going to, like, the different perspectives. I think that Christian Bale did a good job as Frankenstein, but even the Ida character started to get on my nerves a bit as she was going in and out of the whole Mary Shelley and coming back into it, the accents and things like that, but I want to ask Moon this question. Moon, what did you think of the actual portrayal of the bride herself?
So in the beginning, I was not like feeling like her performance, Bride in general. But slowly as the movie progressed, I think I was sort of like feeling it. I think Jessie Buckley is really good in the movie. Like the split personality thing she did, weird accents, she's sort of rhyming words and she'll start one word and sort of go on like a tangent from there. It was a very weird performance. I did appreciate that. Christian Bale, I don't think he can ever do anything wrong. He was great. Um, so there is a lot, right? So there is a lot of, I think, hate towards men here, and it is very unwarranted in my opinion. I know this movie is hated by literally everyone at the moment, but I'll give my fair share of criticism. I think like I said, acting was great. The score was really good, and if we just focused on just two characters, Bride and Frankenstein, and Bride maybe all right, whatever happened to her, I would be fine. I think I agree with you, John, that this movie focuses on way too many different stories, and we shoehorned the detective bit, which was unnecessary. And I really hated when at the end the detective, oh, I'm the lady, I'm the detective. That bit was really bad. That felt forced, and that sort of thing I just don't like it. But if you want to portray a good female character, I think you can do it this way as well, but you don't have to portray every man in that sense. Like the bond they had, Bride and Frankenstein, I thought that was good enough for me to be able to sort of enjoy the movie. And so they have sort of a character arc, I would say, because he is a loner. I felt bad for him very pretty much because he is a nice monster and he's alone, so he wanted a bride, and sort of they fall in love and things happen in the end. I was fine with that. I wish just they kept that instead of all these other shenanigans. Cameron, what did you think?
All right, we'll start with the positives. I agree with most of what you're saying about the acting. Yeah, just I really enjoyed the bride's character. I did. I think the split personality was done really good. I was That was the most intriguing part for me about the movie. And yeah, Christian Bale, I mean, no surprise. I mean, anything he does really, he goes ham and just portrays a great character. I enjoyed Frankenstein. But man, this the whole movie was just bashing men, and I get it to a point, but you need to have a solid story in the background at least. Like it seems like the whole point of this movie is just to showcase that in this world, in the Frankenstein movie world, just a clarification, that all these men are horrible bastards and they need to be shown up and the women can stand their own ground, which fine. But everything just felt so shallow. All the different stories felt shallow except for the relationship between the bride and Frankenstein. Like at the beginning, that how Frankenstein wants and how the bride gets created, that's great. That's solid ground. But you have the beginning with the mobster. You don't see the mobster till pretty much the end of the second act, going into the third act. Then you had shoehorn the detective. That's shallow. They sort of allude to them knowing each other, and then they wait like half an hour and then explain that whole situation. Didn't like it didn't feel like they needed explanation. They didn't need to shoehorn this relationship in. And then you have the shallowness of they're having a revolution, but it's only like four chicks that they show. And it's like the impact of this one small room heist scene, well, not heist scene, I don't know, show up scene. It starts a revolution, but it doesn't make any sense how it all got out. But I don't know. It's just it needed solid ground, and this was this is what the movie was really lacking: solid ground, and just every story was too shallow. They went too many ways.
Yeah, what for me, what I would have liked is the whole like just Bride and Frankenstein focus on their relationship, and if you need to add a little, I don't know, cherry on top or whatever, the whole women like suffragette thing that they were trying, I kind of get. The whole mafia thing, I really did not find because it was too not an it was too much like just tiny bit here and tiny bit there for me to actually even care about it. Like John Magro's character, he's coming into it like really late in the film when you think about it. And so it's like I don't even like care what's going on there. Like and it's inconsequential to the film. Take his character out, like because she's at the start, she's kind of mouthing off when she gets possessed, and that's how she dies. But it's not like he intentionally like shot her in the head or something. Like that's kind of what I was expecting to go. It was like a bit of slap here, a bit of slap there. Could have been any random person that did that. Doesn't need to be a whole mafia thing. And so that bit I really did not like. But on Moon's point about the whole detective thing, man, I hated that scene at the end. I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but like in every cop show I've watched, like it probably goes back to like the Andy Griffith show, right? Like if there's people shooting and you're in a position to like stop the shooting, she's got a badge, right? She could have just held the badge up and said, "Detective, hold fire," right? Instead, she just keeps screaming, and the guns are going off. There's like 30 people shooting guns in this room. So like you're gonna hear a girl going, "Oh, please, detective, stop, detective." It's like, oh, just pull the, because she waits till the friggin' everybody's dead, and she's like, "I'm a detective, everybody's dead. Oh, that's great." And it's like, oh, that annoyed me so much. Even the Peter Skarsgård.
Had a rounds by the time.
My God, that was. She's like, "I want to be part of the case in the car," and he's like, "Oh, I don't have the power to do that." 3 seconds later, he's like, "Oh no, my foot, my foot. I'm a dirty cop. Here's the badge. You're now a detective." Apparently, this badge, you give it to anybody, they can become a detective with this magic badge, right? Ah, jeez, it's just the stupidest. Oh, God. Get rid of the detectives, get rid of the mafia. Maybe it would have been a better film. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, completely. I think Cameron also pointed out about the revolution they started. Like, came out of nowhere and it was there for like 2-3 minutes and doesn't have any impact. Maybe just they had like a throwaway scene at the end. But yeah, that was I don't know why they did that. Yeah, I think really this detective thing was really, really just not needed. Mobs not needed. You have actually all right. I just say she gets killed by someone, actually not in the beginning. He sort of just, like
Yeah.
accidentally kills her, have her killed by actually someone who like hates her, and then they sort of go on this trajectory, like he doesn't like bring her back, and they sort of wants to, go Bonnie and Clyde and wants to kill that person. That'd be a much better movie. Instead of we have all these detective mafia doesn't, and they sort of wanted to connect with the detective somehow, just
Yeah.
throw
Felt
away stuff.
forced.
Yeah, it was very
Yep.
forced. Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah,
forced.
just the detective is the bane of the existence of this movie. It's just like, why? It's just like, why have they thought of this? Everything else connects to the bride, and they're like, we need something else to connect to the bride as well. And we have this detective running a case, so we'll just connect him to it too. But like, honestly, the whole connection of why she's this mole for them, and then sort of he can't. Well, would she want the other ladies die? It's way too complicated for what it needed to be in the movie. Like he's telling this all to Penelope Cruz's character. It's like this is way too complicated. That really means nothing because it's really not needed. It was
100%.
terrible. It dragged out
100%.
this movie. It dragged out this movie way too long, and the ending itself, that felt like it was going on forever. That it really ended just, in my opinion, stupidly anyway. But I digress. We got with the ending, right? I gotta ask you boys something, right?
Yeah.
With the ending, did you understand the whole point of the Doctor? As she went on that sort of tangent of explaining her backstory. Did you understand?
Like,
Anything?
okay, so I kind of, I understand what you were saying about the whole, but I'm trying to be vague as to not ruin it. Because if you are
Ruin it. That's
choosing to go see this film, I mean, spend your money on Hoppers or something. But Hoppers, Project Hail Mary, whatever. Don't go see The Bride. Go see Hamnet instead. But yeah, I mean, look, I kind of get it. What's happening, because it's kind of the thing that she warned Frankenstein about at the start of the film. Like, you don't know what you're going to get. And that's kind of a similar warning, but fleshing out. I personally, that was like one of my favorite characters from the film, was Annette Bening's Dr. Euphorious character. Thought she was pretty cool, mad scientist looking, person, really intrigued. And see, that was like, I would have preferred like the film to focus around them four: Dr. Ferris, the maid, Frankenstein, and the bride. So, but yeah, I mean, Moon, what did you think of the ending as such and the explanation?
For me, I always enjoy ending where everyone gets killed. Like, all right, the main character, please. I would have loved it if they just, die at the end, spoilers, whatever. But
But
yeah,
see,
they sort of,
she wasn't going to resurrect Frankenstein. So Frankenstein only got resurrected because she fell on top of him.
yeah,
Pretty much,
so,
100%.
yeah, pretty
Because
much.
he's a man.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
I got it then. That
They,
explains.
see, I've actually, while we're talking about it, right? It's just kind of clicked into me. The whole reason because it's like the whole thing is like men are disgusting, right? But in the film, the whole reason they have the detectives is to prove that men are also dumb. Because if you think about it, right, Peter Skarsgård for this whole movie, everything that like is a breakthrough for this case, Penelope Cruz has to tell him, and so that's the only reason I can think that these detectives were in it. Like, even there's that scene where all the police officers are talking to that person at the service station. She's like, "Where is this nearest cinema?" It's like, oh, I knew that was gonna happen. Like, they're freaking. No, not a good watch. Even it just the Jake Gyllenhaal was more of an interesting character from this film for me.
yeah.
I like this
I was
Fred
gonna
Astaire
say, yeah,
character.
that too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the problem with this film. if all the side characters are my favorite part of the film, like Annette Bening's character, Jake Gyllenhaal's character, maybe he didn't write the rest of the characters the best or the storyline the best. I'm saying the acting was good, don't get me wrong, but the story was just every which way but loose. No one, this thing costs like $90 million. Like, it would be better if it cost like $40 million and cut like 4 or 5 people out of it. Like the whole mobster plot line. All of it, cut it.
I did enjoy the setting of the movie though. Like
Yeah, 30s in
the
Chicago, New
cities
York.
looked really good. Yeah, New York, they looked really good. And I didn't mind when they like going to the cinemas and sort of.
That for me was a good enough plot point to get them to move around, if that made sense.
Yeah,
Like in
that
the
was
30s,
actually
different
very, like,
places.
a decent thought. Yeah.
Yeah, and like for them, like see, they didn't need the police chasing them out of places. At the start, like when they're in the cinema and they're watching Dracula, and they're like, "It's a monster," and they're like running from the mob. Like that's enough to get them to move from town to town and try and get out of there, kind of thing. That would be for me good enough. I didn't need the whole detectives, police,
Yeah.
murder this, murder that.
Like have people like chase them, because they're monsters. So we don't.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a bit more of that. Especially like 100 years on from like, because it takes place in the 30s, and he was what 18, 19. He's 100 years in the making, because he actually seems very evolved if you think about it. Like that was a clever part of this film. The Frankenstein character is so evolved in this film. All right, so let's get into the scores, guys. So Moon, how many tongues are you giving this film out of 10?
That's a hard one. I'll give it 6 tongues out of 10.
And Cameron, how about you?
3 tongues out of 10.
All right. I'm going to give this 4 tongues out of 10. One for each of my favorite characters. Anyway, so thanks for watching, guys. If you watch the end, subscribe to the channel. We got videos coming out every week. Hit the like button and comment down below. If you got anything, let us know. And catch us on the next one. Ciao.